Okay, let's do this thing. AEW Dynamite review. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit. Hopefully, this is a way better show than last week, according to them. They think this was a pay per view worthy card. I wouldn't go that far, but a better card than it was for last week, I should be saying. So, yeah, Dynamite, Detroit. What do we got going off here? We kick it off hot, though, with a match. Claudio Castagnoli versus Ray Phoenix in a double Jeopardy match. Basically, whoever wins will get a shot at either basically both the Ring of Honor and Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. But this was a very hot way to kick off the show. I did enjoy this match, though, a lot. I thought it was really good. Claudio did end up getting the win, though, with several elbows to Phoenix and then hitting him with the Ricola Bomb for the win. I like this match. I thought it was good. It was starting off hot. It got the crowd into it. So I know we don't hear Claudio talk a lot in general. Maybe he talks on Ring of Honor. I'm trying to hear more of Ring of Honor nowadays. I'm trying to watch it, all right? It's just every time I see him on Dynamite, the guy literally just stands there in the background and just has the Ring of Honor title and he's quiet most of the time. But at least he did win right here. I guess he'll get a partner, most likely Yuta, to face the Lucha Brothers for the tag team titles. So we'll see what goes on from there. But we did have a return, though, which I was actually very happy to see. Miro is back. Basically, he just ended up walking to Tony Khan's office. Renee Young tried to get a word with him, but yeah, he ended up going there. So Miro, he has not been around since like all out of last year in September. So I know it's been a lot going on with Miro. I know we've been hearing different rumors. Apparently, he had an idea for him, but he didn't want it. And then Lana kept saying, you know what, everybody eventually goes back to WWE. Not the best choice of words to be saying, especially when he works in AEW. But yeah, he's been gone for a very long time. And I like Miro and wherever his booking was going before he just kind of disappeared. I feel like he should have had that TNT belt longer. But then again, that belt plays a lot of hot potato nowadays. But I was actually happy to see him out there, though. So good to see Miro back in the fold. MJF was cutting a promo. Well, I guess they had video packages for like MJF, Darby, Jungle Boy, and Sammy Guevara, basically talking about how they're going for the world title and a little bit of lies. I'm not gonna go through every single one of them right throughout this thing. I know MJF tried to compare them as the Beatles. I did like Darby's one, given how what this AEW has done for him and his family, having his dad out there with him, still doing the crazy stunts and whatnot. But that's how he's preparing for this world title match. But like I said before, it's probably one of the least things on this show. I'd rather have just seen Darby versus MJF for the belt. I don't really. I know they're trying to push this four pillar narrative. I would say I know I said I didn't look at Sammy as one before, but I'd rather put Sammy above Jungle Boy right now because Jungle Boy literally is just kind of there, okay? And I don't know, it just a lot of stuff. Like it's kind of hard to even believe he's in the main event of all of this. But then again, like, hey, what was that? Let's take advice from Luchasaurus and Billy Gunn. But that does kind of tell you a lot in general on him. But no, I don't really care for Sammy and Jungle Boy in this. I feel like they're just in the way of this whole thing. But they're doing their best to push this fatal 4-way thing. But Jungle Boy's probably got to be the worst out of all of them. I will say that. Um, right after that, FTR came out. Basically, Jeff Jarrett and crew came out then, talking about the tag team title match. Mark Briscoe came out then, basically said, he talked to Tony Khan, and he's going to be the special guest referee enforcer out there. They were all going to drink, but Sanjay and them basically spit that, Dax and Cash. Dax was blinded as, Mark Briscoe tried to break things up. Dax ended up giving Mark Briscoe a pile driver, so a little interesting stuff right there, I should say. Especially, can Mark Briscoe even trust FTR now after he just got power drive by one of them? So, I don't know. Mark Briscoe, I still kind of don't know where they're going with him on the way. I don't know if he's still on Ring of Honor. I know he lost to Joe at that last pay-per-view. I still think this guy needs to become Ring of Honor World Champion at one point. Would make a lot of sense given his brother was too. So, sometimes I don't know where they're going with Mark Briscoe right now. Roddy Strong challenged Chris Jericho for next week, which even had himself a lawyer to make sure this match goes on, that everybody is barred from ringside. So he left the documents with Jericho. Um, right after that, they went back to Tony Khan's office again, and who was there this time? Thunder Rosa is back. So yeah, we haven't seen Thunder Rosa and Miro in a very long time. Thunder Rosa, I think she was kind of gone before All Out. Well, before All Out, about the whole giving up the title thing, or really not giving up and doing the whole interim thing, which I got sick and tired of. But we have not seen Thunder Rosa for a long time. I know it's been a lot of rumors here and there. I've watched that backstage show one time where they literally buried the hell out of Thunder Rosa on there. So good to see her back. So yeah, she's now back in the fold. So yeah, Miro, Thunder Rosa back. I'm like, okay, okay. Which they even went to Tony Khan's announcement. I guess they're doing more pre-tapes instead of having them do this live because the guy sounds mostly coked out of his mind, but he is a snowman, so there you go. He at least was a little bit more calm here and not very erratic talking. Basically saying next week is an announcement, announcement, announcement. That's the only way to get ratings. With him, maybe it's this whole Saturday show announcement. Apparently, they got rid of Dark and Dark Elevation. I wasn't really watching that show anyways. Maybe they announced Punk right while announcing this show. So, could they be announce Collision next week? Most likely. Next, Orange Cassidy went against Daniel Garcia for the international title. Listen, I feel like I didn't get trolled this week in them opening the show because I feel like every week they open the show. Listen, I've just learned to tune out these damn Cassie matches. I didn't really care. I'm like, I like as long as somebody beats them, that's it. All right, this whole weird winning streak thing has just gotten ridiculous to me at this point. I'm just glad they didn't open the show because I think it's just a giant troll job now and just opening the show every week with this guy. Um, I don't know. I'm just zoned out when it comes to these matches because like I've seen so much and seen him already enough top guys lose to him for some reason. It makes no sense. But Cassidy beat Garcia, rolled him up. So there you go. Christian Cage, who probably had the best promo, probably heat promo out of the entire night. Him and Luchasaurus came out. Talking about our wrestler having daddy issues, and no. We're talking about not like Jungle Boy who had, which he said about Warlord. He says, no, I'm not going to talk about your dad, or I'm not going to berate him because he wasn't even famous, so no one cares about him. So don't waste your breath. And he talked about Arn Anderson, found a father figure in Arn Anderson, looking for a new son himself, he says, because he knows Brock is under contract and everything. But while you are out hanging with Wardlow and stuff, okay? And basically Arn can come back so he can toss his own kid aside and go with Wardlow now, basically leaving him in the dust and everything. So he's not even trying to help him. And Cage basically said, that being that other guy and whatnot, team with Tully, think it makes you a legend. You were Ric Flair's lapdog and whatnot. Fans started chanting Edge is better than out there. And he talked about, I'm a multi-world champion. You've never been world champion. And he's going to face Wardlow next week. Going to basically kick his ass and whatnot. As, the crowd was just giving him major heat. So, Christian probably had one of the most heat promos out of the entire night. Hell of a promo by Christian, too. Great stuff out there. And whatnot. I would have expected Arn out there in a way, but he wasn't. But I enjoyed the segment overall. Really got Christian's point across here. Didn't really think go after son Brock. At least they didn't mention his other son. I know his other son had passed away recently, so I'm glad they didn't mention that. What else? Julia Hart versus Anna Jade in No Holds Barred match. Good God. Basically, it's the Witch Doctor versus Fat Ass here, okay? Julia Hart is an entrance. I don't really know what this feud or story. They were friends. Now they're not friends. They missed the whole chair spot doing the superplex thing. Just trying to have some type of hardcore match. And then Julia did a submission and won. Which even Excalibur Drive said they hit the chairs. Like they clearly missed all the chairs and didn't even hit it one time. So what chairs did they hit? Nothing. This wasn't really good. It was what it was. I was in and out of this match anyway. So it's whatever. The Best Friends and Bandito were up next in this House Rules match with the House of Black. Not bad lighting out there. One of the better lighting matches I've seen than what the Fiends read all over everywhere in Sin Cara's Moonlight. This is a better light right here. Better, more lighted up match, I should say. But I did enjoy this House of Black and them, so it's a pretty cool, interesting concept with all the lights. At least you can see everything, so that makes it better. So, not bad. House of Black won. Right after that, they tried to hype up Rampage. Kenny Omega and Don Callis came out as they're going to face Jon Moxley in a cage match. Danielson was on commentary. I actually did like this match, and it would make sense if Mox and Kenny are bleeding because it's a steel cage match. They're going to use the cage, try to rip each other apart to bleed. But here was my problem with this match, and some would think this is because, oh, it fits their history. But did they really need that many weapons in a steel cage match? I would have liked if they relied on the cage and used that as a weapon to make your opponent bleed and all that stuff. But no, we got to bring in weapons, the chairs, the glass, the barbed wire. It's like, where's this all coming from? It just starts to turn to a typical John Moxley match after a while. Because I was digging this cage match at first, and I don't know, they just kind of lost me there then within this cage match. Mm. But this was like I said, it wasn't bad. The V trigger out the ring was pretty good. What it ended up doing, Moxie, trying to get up. Omega got him in there doing that whole weird screwdriver thing again. What Callis came out, had the screwdriver. He stuck Omega with it, then he bled. So Omega got betrayed by Callis, and Moxley covered him for the win. People started booing the hell out of Don Callis then. With those screwdriver, fans booed as he left the ring then. Not much I can say from all of this stuff, okay? Not really much, other than whatever I've gone through within this cage match. Like I said, I liked it at first. It wasn't bad, but I could have just done without all the hardcore elements, because then it just starts looking like a damn street fight then within a cage match. So you don't need to have that many weapons there at the same time, okay? But, yeah, I think they could have done it a little bit differently, but it was still good nonetheless, but still. Other than that, though, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Hood9890. I'm out of here. See y'all then. Peace. I'm out.